welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today is part 3 of a root rot series that I'm doing, and I'm very excited to show you and let you know that Henry, who has been the star of this show, is doing a lot better. So it looks like he has been saved from the potential demise from root rot. He's been saved and he's going to do really, really well. So I'd like you to take a look right now at what we got here. So this, you see this right here, is new growth. This is new growth. Now, when you have done what I explained to you in the prior video, and that is do the treatment for root rot, and once you're waiting to see how the plant is doing, when the plant puts on new growth and new healthy looking growth, that is a great sign that the plant is coming out of the root rot. You'll see over here as well, there's a little leaf that is also starting to come out as well. So that's just a little one right now. Probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, that will be a bigger leaf like these 2 leaves here. So if you watch the prior videos, you will have seen Henry here not doing too well. Droopy leaves, definitely no new growth. The new growth, as I mentioned, is an indication that the plant is doing well and is coming out of the root rot, because plants that are in root rot, especially deep in root rot, are not going to put on new growth. If a plant that has root rot does start to put on new growth, it may be funkily shaped leaves. It will also be leaves that will start to grow and then they rot really quickly. So those are some signs. Those are some things that happen, but a lot of times the plant doesn't do anything. Rather than putting on new growth, the plant will be dumping leaves left and right. So Henry stopped doing that. He's looking really good. You can see he's shinier, he's happier. So one thing to keep in mind is if a plant is leaning a little bit, as Henry is doing, you can stake the plant. So I'm going to stake him just to make him stand up a little more upright, so he can be really proud that he hasn't succumbed to root rot and he's going to make it. You can use some green tie tape if you wish to tie the plant to the stake. I'll probably do that once right now for you guys, and maybe do a little bit more later. But and sometimes it's not necessary. The plant will kind of stand together as Henry is doing here. But I'm going to do it if I can pull it off. You can stretch the tie tape, and that's why you want to use green tie tape rather than wire, which is really bad, or string or anything, because what happens with those sorts of things is that they will what is called girdle the plant. And when they girdle the plant, I need a bigger piece here. When they girdle the plant, what happens is that girdling will cut off circulation in the plant, in that part of the trunk or stem where you have connected it. And then the plant will stop circulating nutrients and water, and it will kill off that branch. And if it's a main stem, it can kill the whole plant. So do use something pliable, something that bends, something that stretches with growth, like the green tie tape here. Also good to put one down at the bottom there as well. So generally when you're staking, you want to do a couple places. Okay. Or 2, actually 3, a lot of times is a good thing. So we've got Henry standing up straight. Another thing that I have going to be doing, and I have another video on how to do it as well in terms of dry fertilizer, but I'm going to be putting some of my dry fertilizer, which I have used when I repotted Henry. I'm going to be putting that into the soil too, because it's about time to do that. So Henry, it was on 9/6. I have it labeled here, which is a good thing to do especially when you're doing something like a root rot or something like that. So it's 9. So it's been about not quite 2 months. So he's doing really good. It's about 6 or 7 weeks. I didn't count it, but I'm guesstimating right now. So since 9/6, because we are currently at 10/24, I believe. and he is doing really well. So another thing to keep in mind too is to keep the leaves clean. So I will periodically mist and wipe the leaves with a microfiber cloth or something that's very soft. So what happens when you keep the leaves clean, especially for a plant that's been compromised, is that allows the plant to breathe, because the plants breathe through their stomata in their leaves. So this is basically we're giving Henry all the chances he can to really come back strong and get bigger and bigger and healthier and healthier. Someone had asked about the watering. Now, how have I been watering Henry? Henry has only been watered 2 times since this revival of his, since his rescue here from root rot. That was when he was during the last video, when I was doing the treatment on him, and just 2 days ago. So you will see that the moisture meter here is registering pretty wet right now. So that is definitely not time to water him. I let him go really dry. So when I stuck this moisture meter in the other day, I have another video on how to use a moisture meter, by the way. When I stuck this in the other day, it was in the 1 and 2 range, so dry. So the reason you want to do that with any plants, if possible, that has succumbed to root rot, is you just don't want to start that root rot cycle over again. You want to do anything you can to stop that from happening until the plant is completely over the root rot. There are some plants that you can't do that with. Thinner leaved plants, you're not going to be able to do that with. Maidenhair fern, for instance, it's not going to work. However, with the thicker leaved plants like Henry, they can go dry or nearly dry before watering. And I also put him in a terracotta pot, which also breathes and lets in a lot of air circulation. His soil no longer smells yicky, musty, mildewy. It smells like fresh, really healthy soil. And he is doing really well. So I will not water him again. Probably I'm going to gradually build back up. So the next time I water him, he will be just outside of the red into the green, just a little bit. So I'm going to ease off in terms of that. Each time I water, he will be a little bit wetter, and I'll see how he reacts to that. But it's going to be very gradual. He will not be needing to be potted up for quite a long time. I'm going to wait until he gets to the proper ratio, which is at least 2/3 to 1/3, but more even. I'm going to probably have him go even closer to 3/4 plant, 1/4 pot, just to ensure that no root rot comes back. So that is about all for Henry. Like I said, very exciting news. I'm happy that he's doing well, and it really makes me happy that he's doing so well and that he was saved from root rot. Thank you for stopping by today and watching this video. Please leave any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see, and remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.